In the Shiva Purana, it is stated that Lord Shiva said Parvati that in the Kali Yuga, in the body of a Brahmana, he would preach the Mayavada philosophy. Thus, it is generally found that the worshippers of Lord Shiva are Mayavadi followers. Lord Shiva himself says, Mayavadam asat sastram. As explained here means the doctrine of Mayavada impersonalism or becoming one with the Supreme. Bhrigumuni caused that person who worshipped Lord Shiva would become the followers of this Mayavada Asat Shastra, which attempts to establish that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is impersonal. Besides that, among the worshippers of Lord Shiva, there is a section who lives a devilish life. Srimad Bhagavatam and Narada Pancharatra are authorized scriptures that are considered Sat Shastra or scriptures which lead one to the path of God realization. Also, Shastras are just the opposite. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकाय चक्षुमृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददान्ति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुवैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथवितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता विशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणासिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोप्यकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. So this stage we are discussing about Lord Daksha's sacrificial area and where there's a verbal argument going on between Nandishwara, Lord Shiva's disciple, chief disciple, and the chief associate of the Brahmins, says Bhrigu. Between them, there are some verbal arguments going on. It's like a set of disciples are cursing another, and then in return, the Brahmanas are also cursing back. So this is a heated argument is going on. So in this context, Srila Prabhupada has very beautifully explained this chapter, like how a devotee should behave. So my Srimad Bhagavatam is very glorious and it is very beautiful, and we learn every day, and in every context of life and from every topic we learn so many things. My knowledge on this beautiful subject matter is very limited, but with all of your blessings and guidance of Guru and Gauranga, would like to glorify the subject matter for my own purification. So we all have learned from various last 1 week we are going discussing about how this how Daksha has like that he has invited all the demigods and Supreme Personality of Godhead, everybody. He has basically invited Lord Shiva and basically he has invited everybody for this sacrifice. In that sacrifice, basically, when he is coming, he is seeing that everybody are getting up and paying obeisances, and Lord Shiva basically he is sitting down. Lord Shiva, like he is always in a meditation mode. He is always thinking about his Aradhya Lord Krishna. He is always meditating on that. So when he is entering to the sacrificial area, basically he saw that Lord Shiva is not getting up and paying him obeisances. He thinks Lord Daksha basically he's in the material platform. He thinks that Lord Shiva is my son-in-law, and in this material world he is basically one level down to me. But and then and when others are getting up and showing me respect, Lord Shiva also will get up and show obeisances to me. So in that context, he gets little upset and he started chastising and saying certain offensive words towards Lord Shiva. So when Lord Shiva he's basically doing this kind of verbal abuse, there are other demigods are also there, Brahmanas are there, sages are there, so disciples of Lord Shiva are there. So the Brahmanas, whoever are there, they did not object anything. They were just keeping quiet, and demigods also were also there. They are also keeping quiet, thinking that Daksha is giving them some portions from the sacrifice, from the sacrifice. So looking at all this, Lord Shiva is sitting down quietly over there because he's a number one Vaishnava. Like our always Srila Prabhupada always quotes that Vaishnavam Jatha Sambhu. And recently we had this Gaur Purnima Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if we see, he epitomizes the concept of the humility. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have to understand, like yesterday, we had a nice celebration at the temple, so many preparations we did, so many bhogas we got, and so many decorations were there. Nice kirtan and Upland Prasad feast was there. So we all participated in that and have got some amount of bliss from that. So if we need to understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one thing we have to do is we have to read Siksastakam. So Rupa Goswami has requested earlier to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you told so many things, but the concept of that, could you please describe to us? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us these 8 jewels, the six astakam. In the six astakam, there are two things are there. The number one thing is, so there are so many things are there. The number one thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preaches is humility. Amanina manadina kirtaniya sadahari. Basically, don't expect any respect or any kind of accolades or any kind of that. Somebody tell you that you are so great and you did this and you are the number one person in the society. You are the best galan maker, or you are the best. You are the basically you are the best prasad maker. You chant very well. Don't do this. If you do this, that means you are doing for yourself. But do instead for the pleasure of Krishna, thinking that you are kind of a speck up a dust and you are in service of Lord Krishna. Basically, he always teaches us that we have to serve in the mode of the gopis. Gopis, what they do? Constantly they used to think of Lord Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us two things: that humility and how to serve Krishna as a kinkara. These are the two things Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was. These are two main things Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was told us. So Lord Shiva, if you see that he has imbibed these two qualities very very seriously. So if we see that Lord Shiva is always, he will be always meditating on Lord Krishna. Otherwise, he'll be always in a helping hand to help in Lord Krishna's mission. If there is a destruction is there, nobody will go to do that. Who will do? Lord Shiva is will be going to the destruction church. There will be a devotee in danger. If we see that Sanatan Goswami, when he was in Govardhan area, there will be so many disturbances will be there. Mosquitoes will be coming and bite him. So Lord Shiva will be taking care of these kind of small details that Sanatana Goswami will be, like safe, and he will be, his bhajana and sadhana is not going to affect it. And we see that there are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, if you go further, we see there are devotees are there. Lord Shiva will be going and explaining them how to worship Lord Krishna. There are so many instances are there. But sometimes, devotees, they speculate about Lord Shiva. They go to him. They think that Lord Shiva and Parvati are in the mode of, mode of ignorance, and this is their thought. But Lord Shiva is basically, he is the controller of that. Mother Parvati is basically is the controller of that. But and he is above that. It's not like it's like that. Staying over there also, those things, they cannot, it cannot touch him. But devotees sometimes, what they do, they ask him. If you see the Dasara Durga Puja goes on, devotees offer to Mother Durga that Dasam Dehi, Dhanam Dehi, Rupam Dehi, Gunam Dehi, everything. Well, give me, give me, give me, they ask. But in Lord Shiva's mood, if you see, he states that, okay, take everything from me. He grants everything. But what we should ask Lord Shiva? Lord Shiva, basically a devotee, a Vaishnava devotee. Always Radhanath Maharaj says that we should worship Lord Shiva is a number one devotee, number one Vaishnava, number one devotee of Lord Vishnu. He with the, like our Acharya said that Vaishnavam Jathasambhav. And what we should ask Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, we should ask that give me Krishna Prem. Always, whenever we see a senior Vaishnava, right? Like any Acharya are coming, any senior sannyasi is coming, always always he will, when you pay obeisance to them they will often say that Krishna mati astu. That means they won't tell that you, maybe you be prosperous, maybe may you, if you are a student, may you stand fast in the class, or like any kind of material benefits, they won't bless you, they will always bless you Krishna mati astu. That means may your mind, may your life, you'll be always surrendered to Lord Krishna, so that you'll be always Christianized, and none of this outer side world, outer side Maya aspect is going to affect you or is going to deviate you from your Krishna conscious path. So similarly, since Lord Shiva is a topmost Vaishnava, you can say that he in the Vaishnava ladder, he's the number one Vaishnava. So whenever we should worship Lord Shiva, we should pray to him that Lord Shiva, please bless us so that one day I'll be a little, like 1% Vaishnava like you. So that should be the mood of a Vaishnava devotee when he is approaching Lord Shiva. Not even Vaishnava devotee. In fact, for everybody, it should be the mood that how we should approach Lord Shiva or Mother Parvati. So here the Prabhupada in the purport has described a beautiful pastime. Little bit he has described that Lord Shiva basically he drank ocean of poison. And I remember a long time back I was working in a project and I had few devotees from few colleagues from Ujjain. So they somehow came to know that I am from ISKCON and they started like mocking that, oh, you don't worship Lord Shiva. Then one day I got prasadam, and the other day they also got something, and they told me, yeah, this is also prasad for us. I told, how come it is prasad for us? No, no, in our area we worship everything to Lord Shiva, and we also worship sometimes that common people won't eat those kind of things. Also, we worship to Lord Shiva also. So this is kind of no. If we look at it, they think that Lord Shiva basically he drank poison. So why he drank poison? That no one meditates. Everybody says, the end thing that yes, Lord Shiva drank poison. So that way they think that in Kali Yuga, in that time, this poison was Hada Bisa, Halahal was there. Like when the Samudra Manthan was going on, like when the churning of milk ocean was going on, from that we had this nectar come out to which all the demigods took. Before the nectar is coming out and all the important items are coming out, first came out is poison. The poison is so terrible. By the little bit fragrance and the flame of the poison, the aquatic animals they started like dying. So everybody were very very worried what to do. So many poison is coming out and everybody are going to be suffocated. Then they're going to die. All this creation for which we are going to do this milk ocean for this welfare of the ocean. Now this poison is coming. What are you going to do? So everybody panicked. Nobody came forward. So that time, Lord Vishnu he looked at Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva got the indication, and for the protection of the entire society or entire the mankind or entire animals and everybody, all the aquatic, all the demigods, everybody. In fact, for Mother Earth, he came out. He took the halal poison. So we can see that we can see from this example that there are two things also to look at it. That Lord Shiva is very very compassionate and he drank this poison. So Lord Shiva is one of the best qualities. He is very very compassionate, and side by side he is also very very detached, and he is very he's having a self control also, and he has respect for everybody. So when halal poison he's drinking, everybody are watching, and this poison basically is coming through his throat, and he is going down. So Mother Parvati, who was nearby, he came out and he didn't find anything. So he found a small snake and tried in Lord Shiva's throat so that the poison won't go down. So because of this poison effect, we see that Lord Shiva's throat has become little bluish color. That's why Lord Shiva is often referred as Nilakantha. So from here we see that looking at everybody's difficult time, Lord Shiva got so much compassionate that he is drinking this poison. Now coming to the current scenarios in Kali Yuga, there are so many anarthas as going on. We all are mild spectators over there. And there, how many of us are coming and trying to protect Mother Earth? There are so many things are happening. Like there are rivers are getting polluted. Like if you see that our Jamuna ji or Ganga ji, there are so many debris or so many things are getting put over there. These things are getting polluted. There are war is going on in one side. So many people are dying, and natural calamities are there. Then coronavirus are there. So many destructions are happening. But if we take a point from Lord Shiva's point of view, instead of staying at one place and doing our own things, we should go out and help and protect others. So from here we see that Lord Shiva is very very compassionate. But common people, they don't understand that. What they see that yes, Lord Shiva also drank poison and we will also drink poison. In that case, what they do, this intoxications they do. So basically, intoxication, why they do? They think that yes, Lord Shiva is staying in the smashan or in the cremation area, and he is drinking poison. So that way, in poison, in they think that this this wines, or in this ganja is whatever it is, ganjas, it is marijuana is written here. They try to do that. They think that they're imitating. Instead of imitating, if they follow, there are two things are there in Sanskrit. One is anukaran and one is anusaran. So anusaran means, you follow the footsteps. Anukaran means, you just copy or you imitate. So instead of doing anukaran, if they do anusaran, means, following the footsteps of Lord Shiva, they won't be doing all those things. Instead, what they will be compassionate, they'll be kind, and they will be detached from this material world, and always will be doing the bhajan kriya. They will be always meditating on Lord Krishna, and they will be also self-controlled. Now, if we see that Lord Shiva basically, he is not an ordinary person, and he is staying in the crematorium. They say, scripture say, right? And basically but he, if we worship that person, basically we worship that, give me this and give me that. So Lord Shiva something says, things might be thinking in his mind, this person is constantly asking me that, give me this, give me that, let me give him those kind of items. After that, basically what will I do? I will basically focus on my sadhanas, or I will do my japa, and I will be constantly meditating on my aradhya Lord Krishna. So that way, Lord Shiva basically, they say that he's Asutosh, and he is basically easily, he will, whatever you are going to ask him, he is going to give him. So what they don't understand, that the Lord Shiva is not giving him the uh, the real Lakshmi. Lord Shiva is not giving the real, like whatever is the real wealth. Real wealth in Kali Yuga basically is Harinam. So Golakara Pranadhana Harinam Sankirtan is there, right? So uh, if we do Harinam Sankirtan, basically you get the real taste. The real taste of Harinam when it comes, right? The outside material world, whatever the gold, whatever the good things, and good house, good palace, good wife, good husband, everything looks very, very insignificant when the Harinam Ruchi basically is coming to us. So instead of asking the real wealth from Lord Shiva, the common people, what they do, they ask this kind of mundane things to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva's another characteristics we discussed, that he is basically very kind to the devotees. So if we see that there are so many interactions between Narad Muni and Lord Shiva is there. Narad Muni is always, meditating on Lord Vishnu, and when Lord Shiva sees Narad Ji, he becomes very happy. We see that Jagannath Prasad pastimes are there. Like if Lord Shiva and Narad Muni were not there, today the Jagannath Mahaprasad will not be coming to this material world. Always our Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj always says that ISKCON basically has given us two things. One is, like the glorification, one basically Harinam, and another is the glorification of Jagannath Mahaprasad. Like wherever you see ISKCON devotees going, and Jagannath Mahaprasad will be there, they'll be very happy to take Jagannath Mahaprasad. Why? Because it has been glorified by Lord Shiva and by Naradji. And here in the purport, Prabhupada has, there is a line is there, Sat Sastra Paripantiha. That means opposed to the conclusion of Shastra. Any Shastra or any scripture we see, why we should read it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that any Shastra we should read, any Shastra basically, what kind of Shastra we should read? That Shastra we should read, who tells us that who am I, why am I come to this world and material world, and what is my relationship with the Supreme Lord. These three things, if a scripture is going to explain us, and that way, if it is basically, once we understand this, who am I and why am I here and what is my relationship with Supreme Lord? Basically, we are not the body, we are the spirit soul. We have because of our prarabdha karma, or because of some conditions, we have come to this material planet. And basically, what is our designation? Our designation is Krishna Nitya Das. Like Jibbera Surupa Hoye, Krishna Nitya Das. Basically, we are eternal servant of Lord Krishna. Like I am this resident of New Jersey, or I'm this resident of California, or I'm this resident of Russia. I'm a male, I'm a female, I'm a school teacher. Those things are outside covering. The real essence is I'm eternal servant of Lord. And what will be my goal? My goal will be always how to please Krishna, how my life should be Krishnized, so that always I'll be meditating on Lord Krishna. It's not like, like what I like. It's like I should do such activities which my Krishna or my Guru and Gauranga has been approved, and my actions are already approved by the scriptures. So if we are reading those kind of shastras, then we are going in the right track. Basically, in the right track, what we do, we transcend and we go to the Bhagavad Dham. And here we are also in the material world also we are also serving Krishna, and the spiritual world also will be Krishna's associate and will be serving Krishna. Like 24 hours and 7 days, 365 days of a year, basically we will be serving Lord Krishna, we'll be meditating on Lord Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has always advised us that whenever you are there, you speak about Krishna. If you're opening your mouth, you talk about Krishna. So those scriptures, which are basically making us God conscious or Krishna conscious, we should be reading those kind of shastras. Like here, Prabhupada says that Narada Pancharatra, Srimad Bhagavatam are there, which are basically Sat Shastra. They are not Asat Shastra. Like if we see there are 18 Puranas are there, Srimad Bhagavatam is there, Bhagavad Gita is there, Upanishads are there. All these Puranas basically they dedicate us towards become like or the Veda or four Vedas are there. All these Puranas, Vedas, if one person is reading, if he is not God conscious, if his activities are not changing, if he is always in the like like in this Maya platform, then basically he is not reading the scriptures. Srila Prabhupada always has advised us that my disciples they don't read the scripture. Basically, what they do, they study the scriptures. There is a difference between reading and studying. Studying basically, reading basically means what? You read novel, you read so many newspapers, we do. You sit down, you lie down on the bed and you read, then you forget about it. Study means, like you read, you take a paper and pen. Like there are so many Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta courses are there. Basically, I was studying. Like Srila Prabhupada always tells that every day read my books for 1 hour. If you read more than that, that is fine. But every day, at least one sloka you read, or one chapter, or one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, you read or you study, you do adhyan. And study means what? You read something and you internalize it and you put it in the practical application. Otherwise, what you do? You just read and you forget. Like studying scriptures constantly. If we will realize that we are not the same person what we were 5 years back. Anything we do, any our actions, like they get basically modified. They get in fact uplifted any whether it is a personal problem or whether it is office problem, if we're reading Bhagavad Gita daily, I'm 100% sure that is going to definitely the way we look at the problem is going to be different. So that is the effect of the shastra doing the shastra study in the perfect way. So here we see that in Prabhupada has described that Sat Shastra. Sat Shastra basically he's here, he's saying that all this is in at the end, he's saying that our Bhagavatam or Narada Pancharatra basically it says that these are the authorized scriptures for the Vaishnavas and they are considered as Sat Shastra. These Sat Shastra basically what they do, they make us towards the path of the God realization. And also Shastra are basically the opposite. Here Bhrugumani basically what he is particularly basically putting a curse that one who takes a vow to satisfy Lord Shiva or who follows such principle will certainly become an atheist and be diverted from the transcendental scriptural injunctions. So transcendental scripture basically makes us God conscious, makes us believe that who are we and what is our relationship with the Lord and why we have come here. But in that mode, basically what we understand that Krishna, we can understand the concept of the absolute truth. So absolute truth basically is in a three category. Absolute truth can be understood in three category. First is the Brahma realization, then is the Paramatma realization, then the 100% realization is the Bhagavan realization. So in the Bhagavan realization, what we do? In Bhagavan realization, we worship Lord Krishna in the Purna Purushottam form. But but when we are not reading this kind of scriptures, what we do, we believe in voidism, we believe in impersonalism. That way, we consider Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, who is, like this beautiful Samsundar from, he is basically void or he is not having any form. In that way, we are committing offenses. So this is basically, we see that how Lord Bhrigu basically he has caused Lord Shiva's disciples that who is following that footstep, how he is going to be devoid of this beautiful concept of the God relation. So with this, would like to end today's discussion. So we discussed about Lord Shiva's characteristics, how he is compassionate, and we also discussed about what is about Asasastra and what benefit we get from reading it. We get, like following the Sat Shastra, which is basically Srimad Bhagavatam and Narada Pancharatra. And with this, would like to end here. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, हरि बोल.
Thank you very much. We would like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day and weekend ahead. We are having a special session tomorrow from 10 to 12 by Amarendra Prabhu on Gaur Leela. So please take advantage of that. Thank you all for nicely participating yesterday in the Gaur Purnima celebration. I hope you all liked it. If you all liked it, you can chant loudly Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Yeah. Thank you. We can offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Jai Singha, Jai Singha, Jai Jai Singha, Paladesha, Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Lingam, Ugraviram,
Ugraviram
Vishnu,
Santaradam Sarvatomukam
Nrsimham,
Narsingham
Vishnu, Bhadram,
Bhadram
Vidya, Mrityum Namamyam,
Namami.
Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai, Prahlad Maharaj
Jai.
ki Jai.
Ki Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Samar Vaishnavas, one
Chakalpatarubhesha
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha, Vaishnavinda ki Jai.
Jai.
ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय,
की
श्रील
जय।
प्रभुपाद की
की
जय.
जय।
गौर